Guys, welcome back to the On Game Show. Today we have a very special episode. We have Cam's partners here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm Lizzie, Cam's partner.
Roger's partner.
Yep. I'm Michaela, so Cam Holland's partner, even though we're not matching. Yeah.
she had to point it out, damn it.
No, all of the audience can tell. So.
You definitely can.
We had to sit next to each other. So, Michaela.
You sure you don't want to switch seats?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, we're so happy to have both of you on.
Yeah, definitely.
We actually are doing a guest party tonight.
Yeah.
It's our 10th episode.
Mhm.
Well, as this one's coming out.
I think this will be episode 11. Right?
Episode 11.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Last one we did with Josh Scott. That's gonna be episode 10.
Yeah.
So by the time this is out, you guys will have seen that one. So
Yeah.
Yep. So
Beautiful.
welcome back to episode 11. We are going to be playing some couples games. We think that it's pretty fitting. We have our mediator over here who is lovingly single.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Love it.
proudly.
How does it
proudly.
feel to be a fifth wheel?
I can't say this isn't my first time.
You're quite used to it.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
I seen you at the clubs and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
come
quite
on.
used to it. I love you, bro.
No
My
need to
bad.
put
My
that. No need to
bad.
put
Yeah. I'm not joking.
Sips alcohol. All right, guys. So
My bad, bro. My bad.
I guess I can start out with like some icebreakers. I guess. Yeah.
It's really up to you.
And
yeah.
just so you guys know, we have two different card games that we're kind of digging from. I don't remember what both of them were called. One of them was just called Couples, and then
Let's get deep. Yep.
So Sly is gonna be grabbing from any of these that he wants at any time, and
Random. Yeah,
let's go into it.
Tables.
And Sly gets
My bad.
to also elaborate on the questions, and we get to kind of add additional to that if we feel fit. So
All right, guys. Coffee, black with cream. Coffee, black or with cream and sugar.
Easy.
He likes black all
coffee
day.
all day. Black
Cream and
coffee.
sugar for me, obviously.
As much fucking cream and sugar as you can put in that
Possible.
thing. Yeah.
Should be
Fucking
illegal.
diabetes in a cup.
All right, not.
I like it black, but I have been on a
You like it
creamer.
black, huh?
You know, I have been on a creamer kick though. So
You what? What was it?
I've been on a creamer kick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah.
you.
Like a little.
Just creamer, like no sugar.
Not really. No.
Is
no.
it sugar
Okay.
in the cream?
It's one of those pumps that they have at work where it's like the flavor pumps. They bought 3 new ones, so I was like, each day I've been trying and
Yeah.
Yeah, French vanilla.
What's that? Oh, hazelnut.
I've never fucking tried hazelnut, huh?
Pumpkin spice. It's like
Yeah.
What about you?
The sweetest I can make it.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't taste like coffee, I'm fine.
See?
All right, so yeah, the exact same dynamic. Yeah. Did you always drink it black, or did you kind of just get into that randomly?
I actually used to have, I got roasted because I didn't know that coffee machines, they all had like alarms on them, and like if you set a time, like
Okay.
ones that make the actual graph of
Oh,
coffee.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, we don't speak that
Um,
language.
Yeah, if you set your alarm clock on it, it will brew it in the morning.
In the morning, yeah.
Right.
That's so cool.
I didn't know that's like a normal thing.
Yeah.
So I went looking for one that would do that because I wanted to wake up in the morning
Right.
to the smell of coffee,
Right.
right?
Dude, yeah.
And just
So-
have it ready, not have to wait on it. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So anyway, I told this to a bunch of guys that were much older than me, and they were like, idiot! Like, you know, like they all have that. I'm like, I didn't know.
You just quit wearing diapers yesterday, huh?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. So, yeah, whenever I bought that, all I could afford was the coffee maker.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Gotcha.
buy anything with it, so I had to get used to just drinking
Right,
it black.
yeah. So that's my dad always every morning had a fresh pot of coffee. I always wondered why he would be in there messing with the coffee machine at night until I started catching on to whenever I'd be up like at 5 a.m, I would hear it in there just going. I'd be like, "What the fuck? Nobody's awake." And then go in there and it would just make it. I started drinking it that way because my dad always drank it that way, and something just told me like, he's not crazy. Like, he's got to
Yeah.
be drinking this shit for a reason. He's not putting shit in there. He's having like 3 cups before he goes to work.
Damn.
Yeah. and then he leaves leftovers. He leaves leftovers in there and shit. So I just started being like, all right, you know, I'm gonna start trying to do it. And at first it sucked. It was horrible. I'm sure it was
it's like
same.
beer. Like you have to get used
But
to
it works. Like when I first drank beer, it wasn't even that bad. But coffee, black coffee, I was like, is this what it's supposed to taste like? Like, is it bad or what? But over so long, I think over a couple weeks, I started getting more used to it and drinking more of it. So yeah, black coffee all the way, man.
I personally am a.
Oh, this is a couples game.
Oh,
It's not-
Oh,
No, please.
Sorry.
I'm interested.
Next
Yeah,
question.
I'm interested as well. I'm interested as well.
No, so
You look like a pumpkin spice type of guy for sure. Yeah.
I've had pumpkin spice once or twice.
I got you.
I have
Yeah.
been known to have one.
Yeah. Hey, no shame in it. No shame in the game. You know, be proud.
I just hate on it before I even try it. I haven't tried it yet.
I don't think I'll try to do
It smells
that.
good
The
though.
2 white guys like it black.
Yeah, this is how it goes. Yeah. So,
Works out for me.
yeah.
All right, guys. If
You weren't gonna say about your coffee? Do you
Oh,
think
yeah,
I
I
like
can.
it?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
go ahead.
So I like.
I was just messing with you, brother. Yeah, I do. I do want to hear.
I
Yeah.
like a little cream, and I use honey instead of sugar.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
nice.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually never done it, but I know a lot of people who put honey in their coffee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and try that.
Do it, man. Do it. I put honey in my tea at night, and yeah.
Mm.
See,
That's
I
the way
like.
to go.
I usually do the teas in the morning too.
Mm,
Like, and
yeah.
I'll get coffee at work, and so I'll give me a good tea. Same thing. Put some honey in it,
Yeah.
And then leave it at home.
and then not drink it half the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she comes home.
Be
She's
for
like,
real.
you didn't even drink your tea.
It's such a waste of tea and coffee.
I agree.
It's like he likes the ritual of it,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
not actually.
Get the
drinking
smell.
Yeah, yeah.
Do a little meditation.
Yeah,
then leave it.
yeah.
I don't even need it.
It's relaxing. It's very
Yeah.
relaxing. She uses it as a air freshener. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
she literally just the other day you brewed coffee and you were just like, I just wanted the smell of it. I was like, all
Because
right.
it feels like it's productive.
I've never done that. I've
It
never
makes
done
you
that.
wake up. I did that because you wake up to that too. Yeah, like you'll be dead asleep and then I'll put coffee on and you'll be like, I'm
Do
like,
you have
"Ah."
coffee candles?
No, but
Yeah, that's
You
a
should've
thing?
they
them
do
too.
have that. Yeah, one more
Wow.
too. Okay, we were on coffee a long time.
All right,
get
guys.
Coffee's interesting.
Let's get
I love
deep.
coffee. I love
It's the
coffee.
name of the game.
If a genie gave you 3 wishes, what would they be?
I want $1 million.
Okay. Right.
Why not more?
Exactly.
The million.
I'm just saying, I want a lot of money. Let's just put it at that. I want a lot of money. What other wish would I? Fuck, I don't know. I'd wish for a Shelby GT 500.
Or you could just buy it with the money.
Yeah, you
could buy
wasted
with
two wishes on that one.
wish
What
on
a
it.
terrible-
Let me plot on my wishes. I don't fucking know. Damn, this actually is a harder question than I thought. I don't know what I really wish for.
More wishes. That's one of
Well,
the
I-
rules, though. That you
Yeah.
can't.
I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Just a lot of money. That's all I know. I don't know. Fucking 3 is a stretch, dude. Like, I don't want that
need
money.
money.
Yeah, I just need
Let's
money.
just
Like,
ask one. One wish.
Genie, I
One.
wish you were hot, and I wish you couldn't say no.
Ooh, that's a little.
And a lot of money.
Like,
a lot of
on
money.
the side, too. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ladies?
Does y'all have one?
I don't know. I feel like mine's gonna be kind of corny, but I guess just good health, but a little bit
That's
dark.
not bad.
Not too much good health because I don't want to live forever because
Yeah.
it takes the value out of life.
Just
so-
longevity.
Just
and,
longevity, nice life, so I can
just
be able
be
to
healthy,
be there
yeah.
for the non-existent kids and whatnot. So yeah, health, good health.
All right.
That's a good one.
That was corny as fuck.
All right.
Unlimited money. Unlimited money. Good health.
How she's stacking up on everybody else's.
The power of
Damn.
teleportation. I would
Ooh.
love that.
Okay.
Okay, that's not bad. Astral projecting across the world and shit.
I would like to know the answer to any question that I have. Like,
That's a little risky.
Bro, you're asking to be God. Like,
no, I'd like to know, like, basically have like if I could have my phone where the search engine was God, and like I can just ask
You
him
can
whatever
contact
question.
him?
Yeah,
And it comes
Okay.
up to you. Huh?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I think that would be awesome.
See, God is real.
Yeah.
I have him on speed
This-
dial.
Notice it doesn't say Google; it says God.
That's crazy. Download it.
you found that on Google? I found this on God.
Yeah.
So, yeah. On God.
And that's
on
on
God.
God.
That's on God.
That's nice. Okay.
And then I would like a credit card that unlimited money on it. You know what I mean? You can whatever currency, doesn't matter. I like your health one. I like just I would wish that everyone that I love, including myself, would have a long, happy life and die content, fulfilled.
Not struggling the last fucking 20 years of that.
Yeah, when they die, they're content.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful. All right,
Okay.
beautiful.
I wish for money.
I'm good. You can keep the other two.
Yeah, of all that other shit, I just want the money still. Like,
I'll hold on to
fuck.
the other two wishes. I'm good. Good right now. So let's switch it up to some couples topics. What's one small thing that your partner does that tells you everything you need to know about them?
Oh,
I
fuck.
feel like you have the answer to that already.
Say the question one more time.
But slowly.
What's one small thing your partner does that tells you everything you need to know about them?
Okay, I have mine. I think I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but
Okay.
I think
Nice disclaimer.
you're very spontaneous off
Mhm.
the fact that you forget shit.
I do.
You forget shit, and you're very like, in a good way, all over the place.
Yeah,
But like,
disorganized.
I think it really just shows me though that you're spontaneous. Like
Yeah.
it gives me a spontaneous vibe.
I mean, we talked about that earlier in the relationship, that we had that kind of opposite thing going on, that
Yeah.
I just was a little bit more spontaneous and carefree, especially with financials.
Facts.
But just like
Facts.
more a little bit like let's live, and you would think that Cam presents a little bit more of the carefree. But yeah, I guess I'm more carefree, and you're like, all right, business, business, business. And I'm like, okay, have fun though.
yeah.
Don't forget, have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But I think that tells me most of your personality is go, let's do stuff. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
think
Let's
about
go.
mine. Okay, y'all can go on this side first. I guess on the you
Mm,
Cam's
can,
up
and then I'll
next.
come back.
Yeah,
Ken
Kim,
first.
yeah, I think Lizzie is always doing a craft or a new hobby,
Nice.
and is always always surprises me by how good she is at it. And she'll pick up something new like every
2 months or so.
every 2 months. Yeah, every 2 months or so. Like 4 weeks, you know. So, but everything she does, like she went into jewelry making, kicked ass at it. She went into, she can sew, like
Rudimentary.
yeah. She's good at it. But she's like baking bread, killed it. I mean, her hobbies show me that like she has such a diverse skill set at things, and it's like anything that she picks up, she'll just really absorb all of that knowledge in order to do
Like a
it.
fast learner.
Yeah, very
Nice.
fast learner. She's always looking to do something new, always learn something new. And I appreciate that.
I'm just not consistent with it, which is one of my things I wanted to say about Cam. Like, whatever he puts his mind to, he always does well. Like, when he was telling me when he was trying to be in the Navy, he was, like, working his ass off, like, getting up early in the morning, swimming, running, doing all this exercise.
Mhm.
He puts so much effort into his work, and you can really show the labors of his work really show off. And,
Thank you.
yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I was
Ah,
gonna say I
sweet.
definitely agree with already her creativity, because we had 2 drinks that we were wanting to mix, and she just immediately was like, "Yeah, I like experimenting, so let's try it." So she's definitely creative. I hate to be a copycat, but I was pretty much thinking the same thing. Like, one thing that kind of shows me a little bit more about him, or everything that I know about him, is just him mentioning, like, I need to figure out how to get rich by tomorrow, or I need to do this. And I know
the daily conversation.
the men always are trying to look for ways to excel and work and everything like that, but not always. There's some people that are complacent and don't want to,
Mhm.
do better in life and stuff. And so I think that's one of the things that attracts me to him, is that he likes to work for himself. He doesn't like to be told what to do. but he's humble enough to do that temporarily to be able to get where he needs to go. So,
Yeah.
So that one little, I need to figure out how to get rich, girl. You cost me a lot of money.
As it should.
Yeah.
I mean,
I lie. So yeah, there's
That's
my
beautiful.
answer.
Those are beautiful answers, guys. Let's go into getting a little deeper. What gift from your partner has been the most meaningful and or impactful to you?
Can I
one
go
more
first?
time. One more
Ice
time.
machine.
One more time, and then you
Yeah.
can go first. Yeah.
What gift from your partner has been the most meaningful and or impactful to you?
A ring.
Yep. Yeah, same here.
Well,
Yeah.
it's what it represents, Like
Yeah.
in my head, we're already married to each other.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
But I am excited for the wedding.
me too. Me too. I like my ring when she got it. Like she texted me one night and she was like, "Hey, come home hungry." That's all she texted me,
Mm.
and I was like, "Okay, bet I could do that."
I can do that.
Sounds good to me.
Got
So
Better eat.
I get home and it had been a just hellacious week with work,
Love that word.
I was
and
about to say that was a
Pretty good. I thought you were about to say hilarious. at first.
no, it was
Add that to
Yeah.
it was a bad week, and I get home and I'm like stressed out. I'm like I'm hungry.
Fuck.
And dude, she has the dining room table set up with candles throughout the whole house. Music's playing. The
Wow.
house is clean. Like
Mhm.
it was amazing. And then we sit down. I'm like, oh my god, like what's the special occasion? And we have dinner, and then in the middle of dinner, she pulls out a box, and it has my ring in it.
Mhm.
And this ring is ultra special to me because it's like it has the symbol of my faith on it, and same. I only have one tattoo, and it's the same symbol. So
Something that's totally meaningful.
yeah, like completely. It was so thoughtful.
Beautiful. All right. Yeah. So I mean, I have a ring, but it's on my right hand, and it's a $10 one from the zoo.
Okay.
Is that the most meaningful thing?
No. I got this for myself.
Yeah.
We're not
Totally
quite to the ring yet. But I don't know. I mean, I think biggest gift is just I think everybody wants somebody to be there. So not trying to be all sweet and shit, like not too romantic and shit.
I was gonna
But
say, I definitely
You
thought you were gonna
bitch.
say something. I definitely
I love
thought-
you, bitch.
Yeah.
I ain't never gonna stop loving you.
fucking scumbag, like yeah. Oh
I
God.
definitely thought you were gonna say something materialistic. 'Cause
No.
I like to do
I started thinking
small things.
materialistic at first, but I just was really thinking about it. Gifts come in all different forms. So
Yeah.
I think gifts are better beyond physical. I think so. Yeah, being able to like just rant my business ideas to like my woman and stuff like that. That's a gift to me. Having somebody to come home to and stuff. I'd say that's probably the biggest gift. It may be kind of cliche or whatever, but I don't know.
No, that's
So that's the
beautiful.
biggest
No. Yeah, that's corny as fuck.
No.
You like how I did that?
All right, I really just like your fucking cooking. That's the biggest gift to me.
Okay,
honestly,
well,
yeah.
there we
The
go.
lonely-
I'll do that.
I love that you
The
do my-
lonely dweebs in our audience is gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it.
Yeah, I love that you do my dishes and cook. That's pretty cool. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else can you do as a woman, right?
Right.
Alrighty. No, we're not at the ring stage yet, but he did get me a promise ring, and I know some people are a little bit iffy about what the promise ring stage and all that stuff, and I was one of those people until I actually got it, because whenever I did get it, I actually didn't put it on right away because
I was offended as fuck.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was-
what?
it was that- it
Put
was-
on my fucking ring. What are you
It was
doing?
definitely at a difficult part in our relationship where he had literally written out letters and everything like that, and we were in a bad place, and he had gotten that, and to me at first it was like, I'm not gonna lie, it was feeling like a sympathy thing or like a quick little let me buy this so I can fix it type thing, but then whenever I actually started to get into the whole meaning for why he actually got it and looking at the letters and reading them over and over and then actually letting him prove himself to me, then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just randomly put it on, and I took that away from him because I think he wanted to put it on. But I put it on. And I was like,
Yeah.
just wanted to kind of shock him and be like, okay, now I feel comfortable with.
You'll get a
with
chance
wearing
one day,
this.
bro.
One
Yeah.
day, man.
Yeah.
No, I like that he proved himself to you and that you accepted it as
Because
well.
like
Yeah,
I felt like the
that's-
words were to me at the moment whenever I was tense, it felt like empty promises
Yeah.
to me, and I was like, okay, cool, like you bought this, and I'm just supposed to be like, oh great, yay. But then whenever I actually saw that he was proving himself and everything that he was saying to me was actually legit, then I was like, all right, I might want to wear this because it's cute anyways. It's matching my outfit. So,
Yeah.
so that is the most meaningful one until we get to that stage with
Beautiful.
with the Marines.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, single man.
Huh?
Okay, I do want to know. Yeah, what's your most valuable gift that you've gotten from somebody?
That I've gotten from somebody.
Family members.
Now we're making him
anybody.
reminisce on like past.
It don't have to be relationships. It could be
Yeah,
family
yeah.
members.
Said cups to the rose.
This is my fault.
Y'all did sing that on another podcast. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all love that song.
He gonna call
one of
on
my
and go
favorites.
home.
That shit hurt. That hurt.
No, so I would probably say this watch here.
That's a big ass watch.
Ben 10.
That Ben 10 ass watch. I was about to say.
His dad said it could go to the ocean floor.
No, seriously. So my dad, I think it was like Memorial Day or whatever most recent holiday that we had. Labor Day, I'm sorry. And we were eating, my family was eating, finished eating, and then my dad looks at me and my brother and he goes, "Oh, I'm glad y'all are here." He just walks to the bedroom and comes back with these two big cases.
Mm.
What's that? He goes, "Here you guys go. Love y'all," and all that. And we opened it. It's like, wow, these amazing ass watches. And yeah, I think that was the most meaningful because it wasn't like a Christmas gift or birthday gift. It was just
out of the
random.
blue.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah.
Just thinking of you, gift.
yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Beautiful.
It's very
Watches
expensive
have a
watch.
way of really sticking with you
Yeah.
when they're given to you by somebody.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
And the first thing you said was, "Now these are things that you keep in the family. Don't go sell them off." So I was like, "Yeah, okay."
That's how you know
Fair
it's
enough.
meaningful too.
This is not for
You
your
to pump.
financial gain.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking
Yeah.
keep it. If you don't
Dude.
fucking want it, you
Oh
keep
my
it locked
gosh.
up.
So my dad met my mom in a band,
No,
right?
okay.
So he was a drummer in a punk rock band. And
Nice.
I think you mentioned that.
yeah. And what's crazy is the street that they met on, the bar got turned into a tire shop, right? The one that he played at. But the street got renamed Cameron.
Mm.
Yeah, afterwards, and had no relation with me, obviously, but
Yeah.
it's just crazy. But he gave me this guitar that I didn't know the meaning of. I was like 7. He gave it to me when I was like 14. I learned to play a few chords on it, right? And I was tight for cash like at 17.
Mm.
So I sold it on like Facebook Marketplace. 'Cause I'm like, it's my guitar. I don't play it, you know?
Yeah.
So I sell it at that time, and he walks into my room and he goes, "Where's your guitar?" And I was like, "Oh man, this dude made me an offer on it." He goes, "No,
No.
that was his
The
guitar."
emptiness.
Yes,
The emptiness in your eyes right there.
Oh,
I can only imagine
yes.
his face during that, like all the blood just drained from his face.
Yeah, he was like-
just-
I was like, "Dude, you played the drums. Why do you give a fuck about a guitar?" Like, you know, like, I was being a dick at the time, but I felt really bad. You know, I was like,
piece of crap.
You don't need a
Yeah.
fucking guitar. You don't even know how to play that shit.
"Yeah,
bro.
you don't either." Like, that's my dad. I'm like, "Bro, we."
What does it mean to you? What kind of sentimental value does this have to you?
Yeah, dude, like, you're still alive. Like,
Get a new one.
Get a
Dude,
new
go
guitar.
get a new one. Go find it. Fuck. He's
Yeah.
probably
Buy
reselling
that.
it on Marketplace.
Yeah,
Go
dude.
look.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What is it? A 1-of-1 copy or what? All right.
It was actually a Stratocaster. So it was actually
Yeah, I didn't
a
think about
dope Fender.
Yeah.
And I got some good money for it. And I was like,
Yeah.
and he goes, "You think you could throw me 100?" I was like, "I got you."
For my troubles.
Let me wipe my tears with that $100 bill tonight about my fucking guitar. Come on.
Nah, he
son.
didn't take the 100, but yeah, it was
Oh.
it was funny.
All right. Nice car, man.
Level
Finish.
3.
What's that?
3.
Oh, yeah,
Reflection.
level 3, man. Ooh. Finish the sentence to your partner. I'm proud of you. I'm sorry. I'm proudest of you for.
Man, y'all got me being sweet and shit on the podcast,
Yeah.
bro. Man. I was trying to be comedic and shit. Now I'm over here with butterflies in my tummy and shit. Like, damn, that'd be all sweet and shit.
I think I'm just hungry.
Not the only thing.
I think that too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little
Pizza.
hungry. Yeah.
All right.
Like, I told you we were on the road this morning, so yeah.
I've had
Yeah.
crackers today for
Yeah.
a whole meal. Yep.
I want to go first. I don't want to keep fucking starting
Going
these.
first?
Yeah, go first. Yeah, go first.
I'm proudest of you for.
I'll go.
No. Oh. Go ahead.
I was like, make sure you're proud of her for something. Come on.
Proudest.
It's like, there's a
The
lot of
most
things I'm
proud.
proud of, but I'm trying to figure out which one.
I'm proudest of you for your planning. So Cam suffers from ADHD.
Wow,
um, he often forgets things,
It's a
but
struggle.
he is doing really good in just writing things down and being very proactive in our home life, in his work life, and it's really paying off. Like in the 2.5 years I've been with him, I've really seen this growth with him being just very proactive about remembering the stuff around him.
Thanks, babe. Thank you.
Nice.
I'm most proudest of you for having the courage to come here. Like,
To
not
the podcast.
not to the podcast. So
Podcast is rough.
Lizzie went to school and knew what job she wanted to do, which is more than what a lot of us can say, right?
Yeah.
And
I
she
did
was
not
like,
major in it.
she was like, I am doing this, right?
Mm.
And you took the initiative to be like, there's only 2 places in the whole country that are able to do the job that I want to do, and one of the places was here. She knew no one here. She packed up her things, left her family in California, and came here. That takes so much balls,
It
like
Yeah, for
and-
sure.
And Louisiana and Bossier shitty.
dude. And she moved to Juella.
From California.
She-
Oh, to Juella. Going from fucking California. Like, what part of California? Like, especially, we're talking.
SoCal, like an hour away from LA.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She comes
What
in.
a culture shock.
When I
Fuck.
first, when we first started talking, and she was like, "You want to come over to my place?" I was like, "Sure." She sent me the address, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "We're in the."
What do you got me over there for? What
Yeah,
is this? What the
dude.
fuck?
And that was the last time you went over.
I literally told her. Well, we were there. I stayed the night there, and I was
You
like,
hear gunshots and you're like,
I
no.
was like, why don't you move in with me? Like, it's like I'm not.
Make this easier.
Yeah, I
Let me
am.
get you out of here, girl.
I know we just met
I'm
and
white
shit.
knighted
but-
her.
Fly you out.
Imagine.
Sweet.
Nice. Those were good. Those were good.
White savior over here.
I'm not saying that about you. Okay.
I'm gonna go with mine. I have mine. I'm most proudest of you for your optimism, for sure. I think you're a very optimistic person. I'm definitely have a tendency to be a little negative. I say a little, but I mean, I can be pretty negative about a lot of things in life. When it comes to anything, and I feel like your optimism definitely helps me out, but I also see how it helps like your life out as well. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Your optimism.
Okay. All right, good. Thank you. Appreciate that. I think I'm most proudest of you for. I know you said that you're not very optimistic, and that you're pretty negative. But when you get your mind set on one
Sounds
thing,
kind of bad hearing about
Yeah.
myself. I'm like, wow.
yeah, I agree. You are pretty negative for the most part, and I have to be the
For
optimistic
the most,
person.
all right, chill out.
Yeah.
Damn, don't drag
Yep,
it. Don't
no,
drag
we're,
it.
we're
Come on.
dragging it. But no, seriously, I do think that when you do actually find something that you're optimistic about and that you really can see yourself doing, then I feel like you executed. Like if you tell me, oh, I'm gonna stop doing this and start doing this, I'm gonna start working out this, then you stick to it. Or you say, oh, I'm gonna start it fast, I just need you to kind of uphold that, or be an accountability partner for me on this, then you stick to it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of like that.
I
Kinda-
kind of like that.
Kind of like that. Kind of like that. A little sexy. A little sexy.
Okay.
It's a little inside
So
joke.
we have gotten through the icebreakers.
Mhm.
All right. Let's get it a little bit more. What are the thing that you're the most disappointed And what has been something that
Yeah.
you're like, what has been disappointing?
Oh, fuck. Well, we just went, so fuck, y'all go
Yeah,
first.
Give us time to think.
That was a good question, though. That's
That was a great
I
question.
feel like we're trying to start some fights. But
Oh, I'm trying to start.
He said I'm trying to start shit.
Start
We're
something.
leaving.
You're like making good.
We're leaving here.
Time.
We're
Yeah,
leaving here
I
on
think
bad
it's
terms.
now.
We're leaving here with a mess to clean up when we both get
Oh
back to our
yeah,
houses.
oh yeah, we
Because
got
I started
time.
off with a little frog in my throat, like, oh, this is so cutesy, and I'm just like repeating the same things, but now it's.
I really don't
Go
fuck
time.
with the way you
I
do
really
this
hate
shit.
you
Like,
right
I'm not
now.
gonna lie, you annoying as fuck. Like,
We're done.
Yeah, dude, that's what we like. We someone's getting broken up with.
we're gonna see which relationship can last past this podcast.
Yes.
Can I refill it?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I know he's got his little water, but dude.
Is everybody good? Do we need bathroom breaks,
Nitty-gritty
refills? Do you need a refill as well?
I do. I also need.
I'm gonna try to pee at least.
Give us uno
Damn.
momento, everybody. All right, we are back, everybody. So
Little break.
let's jump back in where we left off at. So go ahead and reiterate that question. for
Yes.
some more
So
time.
my question was, is what is the most disappointing thing that you've dealt with in the relationship with your partner?
Okay.
It can either be about your partner or about the relationship.
And we were letting y'all go first, right? Is that-
Sure, sure.
Nails first, maybe. Yeah.
Nose first?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Your follow through. Like, we'll get a game plan. I'll be very strategic about, like, hey, this is, especially budgets. Like, I'll be like, hey,
I'm just a girl.
we gotta
Right.
stick to this. This is without fail. You know, we have some big expenses coming up. And she'll be like,
It grows on trees.
the other day. Now this was out of a lack of knowledge of how budgets work. Okay, but I caught her
So
where
it's my first time using this app.
yes. So she downloaded this budget app, and I walked her through how to do it. I set it up with her, and I was like, all right, so this is your budget. Like, this is all you can spend, right? And she goes, okay. Anytime she overspent in a category on the budget,
Should just take it from another.
no,
Oh.
no, that's like the normal thinking, right? She would
the
just,
normal thing, yeah.
she would just increase
The
that
bu-
category, like, so she would match it. So she'd be like, oh, my budget was 150, but I spent 280, right?
Now my budget's 280.
Now it's 280. She'll up it to 280, and I was like,
What?
what? Yeah, she was like, I'm in the budget, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, it shows that you're like not taking a $900 out of savings. I'm like, how is that like
$1,000 a month on fucking gas?
Yeah.
Like, wait.
But in my defense, I saw him do that. I just didn't see the other part.
Yeah, the part was is if it went over, like in the groceries, if we spent out, I would take it out of the gas budget or take it
Okay,
out of the
okay,
other
yeah.
one and increase that budget
Yeah.
to
Until
fit
you
it.
can figure out what's actually going to be.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But she
I
was
thought
just
you was
upping
just-
them. She
Yeah.
was like,
I was like, that is such an easy hack.
I love this shit. It's easy as fuck.
What budget?
yeah, follow through. That'd be my biggest thing. Yeah,
Okay.
she'll say she wants to do a plan, and then it's out the window in like a week.
All right. Okay.
Oops.
So I would be most disappointed in what would I call this? Organization.
Mm-hmm.
Organization, I
knew you were
think.
gonna say that one.
So I would have figured she'd be more organized than me. She can be organized. She can be.
Not really.
Period.
You can be,
As far
but
as
you're
work,
just very
maybe.
much not
Work,
organized.
yeah.
So like that like just a lot of times, you know, she doesn't know how to plan on what time we have to like leave the house, so we're like leaving,
Really
you know,
today. Yeah.
at the worst times and stuff like that. That would probably, because that gets on my nerves. I'm a very like, babe, we gotta be
What
there
you
in
say?
30
I'm just a
minutes.
girl. I gotta.
Period.
Yeah, I'm like, babe, we gotta be there in 30 minutes, and she's looking for something. I'm like, well, she loses something every single
I like,
day.
lost my laptop.
She can vouch for this. Like, she knows
you
it. She
lose a
knows it.
laptop? I don't know.
Yeah, she lost the whole fucking laptop.
And he told me that there is no way that it would be here because it would be in plain.
All right,
It was over there. Just saying.
anyways,
But anyways, yes.
she lost her
Well
laptop.
organized. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So organization. Yeah.
That
You
was
gotta get better with your organization. No, not that bad.
That no, I'm
Don't make me
saying.
drag it. Don't make me drag it now. Like I got more on that one. Like
No, I thought you were gonna say something different than that, but
no. Just
organization.
Yeah.
We're very surface level.
Cute. Yeah, I get better on that.
Yeah, I can go deeper for sure. Yeah, we're building up. Guys. I'm not ready to make her mad yet. We still got more.
Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah, did you
She's getting nervous.
All right, what's the thing you're most disappointed in?
Man, I don't know about most. I guess I took mine down a notch because of, I'm not even gonna lie, because of everybody else's surface area. So
No.
Yeah.
Go with that original.
Give us the big
Go
one.
with
Give us
that
the big
original.
one. Give us the big one.
I thought you guys said most disappointed in the relationship, huh? So, I guess, yeah. So, not being truthful on certain things, like omitting the truth is a big thing, rather than just lying about things.
Beating around the bush a little
But
bit.
beating around the bush, yeah. So, being more honest and forthcoming, which you have been lately, definitely helps out.
Bet you
But
know it.
Before that, yeah. So, I think everybody can say lying, or I don't like to say lying because I can ask one thing and he'd be like, "No, I didn't. I actually did this. Wow, be sweet." But he'll leave it out. He'll leave out parts of the truth. So I would say lying, but omitting the truth. But my take it down a notch would be.
Fuck, she got two. What the fuck?
Yeah.
She got 2 pebbles. I want 2 pebbles. Fuck.
Okay, you
I'm
can
just
you
kidding,
can do
I'm just kidding.
yours.
Pull it.
Okay, but I think my take it down a level one to match the organization and stuff would be like your short fuse. I think that you have a little bit of a temper sometimes, and
Yeah.
if you could exercise just a little bit more patience, maybe not whenever I'm taking forever to curl my hair, but in other aspects of our relationship, that would be a little bit more. I don't know.
I don't fucking beat her, alright? I don't
She
fucking
does
beat her.
on Tuesdays.
Chill out,
On
bro. Chill out.
Tuesdays.
Only on fucking
He has it
Tuesdays.
planned out.
When she curls her hair.
Yeah, oh, she's curling her hair. Yeah, so
And listen to
obviously
laptop.
before we got here, yeah, there was a
It was
little.
curled, but now it's down. So.
Yeah,
But
Because he beat her out.
it was
Yeah,
fucking
right.
shoving her head in the
Pull your
fucking
tracks
carpet.
out.
So yes. So to be real though, he will literally stand inside of the bathroom with me and just hover over me, and I'll be like, "Can I have a moment?" And he's like, "No, I feel like you work better under supervision."
I do say that.
Damn.
Because here's my thing. Like I know that she gets distracted. Like she'll maybe get on her phone or like just do stuff, and I'm just like, I just feel like whenever
haven't hold
I'm
on
there
to.
and I hold her to a certain standard, it pushes her a little bit more. She still ends up late.
That
Like, you sure
She's
you don't
still-
wanna go home
That
with me?
Orwellian
I'm
love.
sorry.
You got that big brother. What you doing?
He'll just be standing there just hand in pants, just looking around, and I'm like,
She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like,
you know, just hanging around.
hanging around, hanging around.
I am a little bit of a retriever myself. I will follow
Ooh,
her
golden
around.
retriever. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
in a cute way.
I
He's
love,
like
no. I do it in a cute way as well. So a lot of times it's mainly I'm actually admiring
cute.
her. Like most of the time, I'm looking in the mirror at her when she's getting ready.
I do
so-
like
and I'll
that,
be
yeah.
complimenting her, telling her how
He's
beautiful
like,
she
damn,
is.
I can't
and
say you're
things like
sexy. I'd be like,
that. Yeah, grabbing her butt and shit. You know, cute little shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Then you turn into a Doberman.
But then also like it's just when we have places to go, I'll be like,
Hurry up.
I'll even start out all cute and shit. I'll be like, you look beautiful, babe. You look beautiful. All right, so
buttering me
we
up.
gotta go in 5
But,
minutes
like,
though.
you
So,
gotta
and I can already tell you're not gonna be ready in 5
He's like, you
minutes.
look
so.
fine. You look
Let's
good.
try to bring 10 minutes to 7 minutes, get as close to 5 as we can. That's why I'm supervising here, making sure that you do what you need to do.
I'm gonna try to put these things in place. Yeah, I need to
Cam's
get
really
more
bad
organized.
on time too, but that's not my disappointment.
Cam's bad on
There we
time.
go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't
He has
expect
like
that.
time
He's
blindness.
a businessman.
Wow. I wouldn't have expected that. I mean, I know you're always fucking late to the podcast.
Yeah,
but
you're always late.
I figured we were just less of a priority to you, so, you know.
I will
so-
say my business life is I'm on time with everything, but
Okay.
I take my
Everything
sweet-
outside of that, you're more.
I'm actually the same way with you with like getting ready. Like I get super indecisive, and then
Mm.
also not only do I get indecisive, but then I get distracted. That's the ADD that comes out. Like I'll be like, oh fuck, my sink is messed up. So I'll like clean
I
my
literally do the
sink.
same thing.
And
Maybe I
then-
need to get
And not even
diagnosed.
that, but as he's rushing to get ready for work, he'll like sit down and start the little iron, being like, "Damn, I'm in a rush right
Well, and but that's a good.
No, make it your problem.
It's a good trait that turns into a bad trait because I'm not gonna half-ass what I'm gonna wear like to work, right? Like I'm not gonna come in with a wrinkled shirt.
Yeah,
Right.
But
Even-
you're like,
If I'm gonna be late,
Then
I'm
it needs
gonna
to have
look
a reason.
good. I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Fashionably late.
actually a beautiful thing because there's been plenty of times that, especially when I worked for somebody else and I really had to be at places on time, especially early in the morning, I mean, I would go and I may have to put on a shirt from the day before or whatever, like, or my hair may be sticking up from sleeping on, you know, and just having my hair sticking up, and I won't even run.
Exactly.
I won't even stop to run water over it because I have to be there at this time. So I won't even put water on it.
I can't do it.
Something real quick that you could do, and you're not gonna be.
Well, I'm way better at bullshitting or like walking in saying like, not bullshitting like giving an excuse, but like walking and explaining to them that like, hey, I literally told my manager the other day like, cause he got on me and he goes, you live 6 minutes away from work. He goes, why are you late? And I was like, I said my job requires me to have confidence, and what I wear is
Eat 'em up.
what makes me confident.
That
And
part-
I'm like,
that
so
part-
if you want me to show up and not be confident, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'll show up early. I was like, but that's just the way it went down. And
Yeah. Like, yes, we can do better on the planning and stuff. I can't
yeah,
get up
I
and go
agree.
30
I
minutes.
100% agree with
Because
you.
that's how I am, because you got to think about me. He's like, damn, I thought you would be more organized and be on time and stuff like that. I'm in the military. So people would think that I would be on time for everything. But then I also, don't hate me, but I'm also a recruiter. So I definitely feel like if you look better, you feel better. And if you feel better, you perform better. You have to be confident. You have to be confident in your product. You literally are the product. You're selling yourself. If you're a military
Pause.
recruiter, pause. So then you kind of are like selling your whole
Not too-
idea.
not too much
If I
of
come in
yourself,
here,
right?
but if I come in with my uniform all wrinkled
I've
and
known
my
some
hair is in a
recruiters.
messy bun or whatever, I know recruiters that get talked about, and Marines, they got the kind of setup where you know that they're supposed to be sharp. I know a Marine recruiter that is banned from my high school because of him not really putting himself in a good perspective as far as how he dresses and stuff. He looks sloppy. He looks like a soup sandwich. Like if you've ever seen soggy bread, then that's what he looked like. So yeah, I can do better with planning, but I definitely agree with that.
What is yours? You're killing me with suspense.
I forgot. We're doing
All right, so some backstory.
Oh god.
Growing up, we're going way back. Growing up, my mom used to still smoke cigarettes, and she has been since she was like 16.
Mm.
And that was the thing. So as a little kid, I was like, fuck, she's gonna die of lung cancer.
Yeah.
So I used to go around and like hide her cigarettes and stuff.
Yeah.
I grew out of that. However, I never grew out of the paranoia that someone I loved would die from like nicotine addiction. Cam has recently gotten really into Zims, and there was a point where I was
Yeah,
just
tell me
like,
about it.
No, that's
He be packing
as every
that up here.
man or every person has, it's really popular. But I know it's not dangerous, but still part of me is like, you should stop that. And he did for a while. He did for like a month and a half.
That's pretty
He
good
got
time.
through the cranky phase and stuff, and then suddenly I was just like, what's that right there? And he went back to it, never looked back.
You need another one, bro?
Thanks, bro. Thank you. He's got me.
Sure, I got you.
That's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, so that's good. I'm addicted to nicotine. Yep. I'm bad off too now. Like it came back with a vengeance. When I quit,
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
when I
that's-
quit,
that's
remember
exactly
when
what
When you were
happens.
like budgeting the amount of money you're willing to spend on nicotine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like
remember you telling us
said
about
like
that.
it was like $15.
So here's the thing.
for
I'm
a
still
month,
doing
something
that.
like Yeah. Okay.
I haven't spent any money
Mm.
on nicotine in the past month.
Because you stocked up the month before.
So really what did it for me is I went on a trip to Bristol, and Bristol offers like they're the redneck capital of the world pretty much. So when you go there, they literally say just come into these tents, and you can buy as many as you want for $1, and they're normally $6.
Right.
So
What a deal.
I was like, yeah, dude. I'm like,
Damn.
That's a deal.
I was like, give me all of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take your stock.
How am I gonna quit when the prices are this fucking good?
yeah. Literally, it was I can't have an addiction in this economy, and then I turned around and like,
Yeah, actually, this comedy's
yeah,
not so bad.
not so bad, yeah. But I think, I'm weaning off now because I've already gone through my stash of what I have, and like, I am
Nothing too far.
firm on my budget. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend more than 2 cans a month. So
Beautiful.
Okay,
That's
well,
good.
good luck
Yeah.
with that.
thank you,
You got
thank
it.
you.
I actually thought you were gonna say the kitchen.
So in our
Doors.
kitchen right now,
My bad.
right at this very moment, there is, if she's in the kitchen at all, or anywhere for that matter,
Mhm.
I have a huge thing about doors being open.
Okay. Yep. That's me.
And I came home the other day.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, and like, and it's such like it was so cute when she moved in. Like I was like,
Nothing
oh,
about mine was cute.
aw, she's leaving the stuff open. She's just a baby girl. Yeah, she's using the home. You know what I mean? She's like
She's a busy woman.
yeah,
She's got
it's like
lot,
bringing a puppy back, and it's like it pees and goes. Oh, it just. It wants to be home. This is its home. You know what I mean? And now I'm like, if you don't close this fucking cabinet, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose it. Like,
Yeah,
That's
I was
definitely-
so glad that we found common ground on that. We talked about it in the last episode.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
the last
it's a
episode, yeah.
sticking point. For
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, dude, because that's everything that can be left open. When you said that, I knew, like,
Close the
even the
fucking
couch.
cabinet.
So even the couch
Watch your fucking
recliners.
language, okay?
This
So,
shit ain't cool.
My parents always loved recliners and stuff like that, and me personally, like, whenever I use a recliner, I don't just climb out of the couch. Like, I push it down with my feet, close it, and then I stand up. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
She'll have it up and just get up out of the couch.
Swing your legs to the side.
Yeah, like, when it's still up, and I'm just like, I go in there with my hand, push it, and close it down. I'm like, hey, there you go, look, like, fine. Like,
I'm like, oh, so you know how to do it? Thank you.
I'm like, what the fuck? She just leaves it there for me, and I'm like, the dishwasher. There's nothing in there, and it's open. What the fuck?
Can I offer a different perspective? So Cam has already established that he does things good but slow, right?
Mhm.
I do things fast. Like I wash the
And
dishes
wrong.
fast.
That's wrong.
I
Love
make
that.
food
Trade for
fast.
trade, you know.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's a game. It's like how fast can I get this done so I can be over with this,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
And so when I'm around the kitchen, I'm like, get this, and then I don't have time to close.
And we've gamified it too. Like we know that she performs better when it's like there's a clock. We
Mhm.
have this thing where we'll do like
15 minutes.
yeah, 15 minutes, and we have to clean like there's guests in the driveway
Mhm.
walking up,
I used to do that as a kid.
and we're like, and it gets done quick, but
It's probably fun too. That probably adds a fun aspect. To
There
it.
is
That's
a fun
right.
answer.
Still be open though.
So my mom is the traditional Hispanic house cleaning mom, where she gets on your ass for every little thing. So
none
now
of
that
it's
I don't have the outside pressure, that pressure is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, I gotta get things done fast, like she does. And yeah, that's why the doors are left open.
Yeah, another
That
thing
is a
too
sacrifice for a
is
clean house.
my
But is it clean if they're open?
Yes. You can just see the cleaning products. Close it.
my grandparents
Exists.
grew up on this bayou, and they had a big problem with snakes and alligators and everything. Like literally, bayou house,
Mm.
right? So
Beautiful.
if you left the door open, they would get on your ass because they would find snakes in their house,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
And so I grew up with this just fear of having doors open, like this super anxiety of having doors open.
Mm.
And Lizzie's like, I'm just gonna air out the house.
Yeah,
and
because
she'll
like
leave.
he keeps it like a cave.
Huh, it gives me so much anxiety. I'll walk in, all doors are open,
Mm.
like to the outside world. The upstairs, all the windows are open. I'm like, I'll go behind her. I'm like, like close it.
Yellow just racing around the
I
house.
can't.
Closing everything she's open.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
No,
Who
it's a different
closed
culture
it?
for sure. Because like growing up, my mom would always open all the windows,
Yeah,
all the
especially when you're
doors,
cleaning and
to
cooking.
air the house out. You know, to get rid of those like carbon dioxide.
We would do it if we
and
had
household
those-
smells.
If we had those screens, like they have
The
the
screen
screens,
doors. Yeah.
screen
Yeah.
doors. We also
Yeah.
had them on windows.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
So
I
when we-
do meet him in the middle with that. Like I leave the screen doors open. I would prefer not to.
Yeah, I just hate like just the other day when we were leaving my house, we had the front door open and she walks out and a fat fucking bee flies straight in the house. And I'm in there in the walkway with it. That motherfucker like flies up right in front of my fucking eyeballs. I'm like cross-eyed looking at that motherfucker like, what the fuck? And
All
I'm
your
staring-
F-bombs.
I'm all
Does he
my
get
bad.
bleeded
I totally
out? Wait, does he get bleeded
that
out?
was that was 4 and 2 seconds.
Does he get bleeded out?
No, it doesn't.
I
Okay,
can.
'cause
I
that
can.
was a lot of work,
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
though.
let's. Yeah.
I'm so
go ahead.
sorry for my mouth. I need to
This
wash it out.
beep bee came in, and
then
looked
it's-
right in the beep, and the beep, and I said, that
He's
beep,
very
beep.
passionate about that wasp.
But yeah, no. I hate that though. I hate and also like spiders and stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever or in Highland we really bad have water bugs. I think is what they are.
All the
Yeah,
creepy
yeah.
crawlies.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I hate it whenever I get up because I like to
Spiders.
walk around the house barefoot, and I've stepped out of the shower and here comes one of them crawling out from like the wall and shit, and I'm like, dude, like I don't
What
like
you
that.
doing here,
Because then this
Like,
isn't for you.
bro.
This isn't for you. What are you doing?
It's my home.
Yeah, but
What are you doing here?
it gives me anxiety. Like when I used to have a bad anxiety of sleeping and waking up to spiders because my old house in Texas was bad for having spiders. I'd wake up and there'd be a spider on my nightstand every now and then and shit. I'm just like, that gave me super bad anxiety. So I kind of coincide with the whole like I just don't like the outside world being brought in.
Being bought, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to wake up to and I'm sorry, I know I'm ranting.
Go ahead,
but,
go ahead.
We had a
Go off, King.
we we had there was a opening in my windowsill there in Texas as well, and there was a wasp loved being over there. Like we knocked down the nest, but wasps just loved being over there, and they were the big red wasps, like the freaking look like they'd kill you, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, like I'd wake up in the morning and I'd see something flying around my room, bro.
They look evil.
And like sometimes I love my sleep, so sometimes like I'm scared of wasps, bro. I do not like bees or wasps. I've been stung. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you don't want it.
I don't bleep with him, man.
Yeah, I don't want it.
I'm leaving them.
I don't want it. So sometimes if I'm tired
That's
enough,
good.
I'll just sit there and watch them. Just like, all right, just don't come too close, and I'm good. Like you can fly
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Once I get up, you're dead. But
We good.
Yeah. Like let me get a little bit more sleep, bro, because I'm not ready to deal with you yet. But that used to scare the crap out of me because I just hate having bugs and stuff like that, especially
Not
when
the
it's
creepy crawlies.
yeah, not the creepy
Bugs.
crawlies.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of bugs, but like I'm scared of them being there in a situation I don't want them to be there. Like I'm in bed and I wake up to a water bug. That's
Dude, that's
no,
super
dude.
interesting. So the next question is what
I wasn't done
is
talking, asshole. But
what
I'm-
is the what is the yeah you were
I was. Yeah, I was. You got it.
the
Daddy Cam said I'm done.
what is the most jealous you've ever been?
Captain.
Huh?
Captain.
Yeah, okay, I'll
You
start.
already know.
So yeah,
God
so
bless.
this
Oh, bless him.
It was like the first month.
first month, right? And you're just like you put this person on a pedestal. You don't try to, but you do.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And you're like, that's
Hopefully.
that's
That's good.
that's baby. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, nobody
And now
better be
look,
talking to her at
boom,
all.
right.
Yeah, boom, baby. So, so she had this event day at where she worked previously, and I went out there and I'm like watching her talk to the people and like tell them about the animals that they were looking at, and I'm like, I'm sitting there just proud, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, look at her, she's doing it, you know.
Mhm.
This guy comes and walks up to her and asks if they could go and talk to the side. I'm like, okay.
Cute.
And so they start speaking, right? I'm chilling. We got other friends there. I'm hanging out.
He's
They're,
hanging out.
they're over there for a
Hanging
minute,
around.
right?
Mhm.
And she's laughing, and I'm like, you know,
That's funny.
whatever. Not just a spark of jealousy, not even
Right.
like full board,
Ooh.
right? Then I leave. She has to stay at work. We end up going to the aquarium, and with a few of our friends. And let me preface this: don't do drugs, but we were tripping on some mushrooms, right, at the aquarium, and it was awesome, right?
I could imagine.
So
actually.
we're walking through, and I'm like, oh, you know?
Face on its own.
Yeah. The same motherfucker walks up to this, right? That was at her job and goes, and starts kind of like flirting with the girl that we're with, right? A little bit. And I end up, he's a dear friend of ours now, right?
Okay.
I love this
That's
guy.
good.
Yeah. His name's Eric. He's fantastic. But it tripped me up because it was around this time, Halloween, he's dressed as a pirate.
Mhm.
And like a full blown pirate. But I still recognize him, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so this dude comes up, and when you're tripping, you're like, you make these associatives, like I already had a bad interaction with him, even though he didn't do anything to me.
Right.
And now he's dressed as a pirate, and he's
Mhm.
kind of low key flirting with my friend's wife.
Mhm.
And I'm like, don't like this guy
Mhm.
immediately, right?
Immediately.
And they start talking. They're like, I'm like, did you speak with Lizzie today? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, I'm her boyfriend. Like,
Immediately,
like,
just so you know.
yeah. And he was like, cool, yeah, nice to meet you, all this stuff. And thing is, I was like, so, like, you guys talking about? And he goes, yeah, and
Tell me word for word.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he starts telling me things that, like, he was like, oh man, we're trying to do a meeting with her people. Yes, and he starts telling me, like, oh, I know she loves dinosaurs. And I'm like, what?
She tell me she likes
I said,
dinosaurs.
hold up. I was like, you had one conversation, you're telling her things that she loves. I'm like,
You don't know her favorite fucking
Totally.
dinosaur.
totally
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
unfounded jealousy.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for no reason. And I think that was like the most jealous. And what's crazy is like I have, not to get too crazy here, but like I've seen you kiss David, I've seen you kiss Steven, and it never bothered me. But that conversation that he knew
It was deeper.
things, I was
It was
like,
deeper.
what the
It was about
fuck?
dinosaurs.
Yes,
It
that's
was
like,
still
Yeah.
deeper because they knew you on a personal
She loves
level.
dinosaurs. And I was like,
yeah.
how the fuck you know that? I was like,
One
yeah.
conversation. It took me 5 years. to
And
figure
then, oh my God, later, so I kind of get over it, and I was like, man, I was in my own head, whatever. And he texts her a dinosaur. Yeah, like,
He's
and
over it.
still does it, but it don't bother me now. But oh my God, I was like, no, fuck this guy.
I'm gonna fucking kill him at some
Yeah,
point.
I called him Captain
Text
Eric
one more
forever.
dinosaur emoji.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
gonna send a dinosaur emoji after
Today.
this.
Yeah.
He's gonna comment a
He's gonna be
fucking
reading.
dinosaur out.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, like, he'll have to ask her something, and he'll always start it off with, like, a fun fact about dinosaurs. And I'm like,
He's trying to be,
Oh no, he's being too
Ew.
fucking
yeah, yeah.
too bleak for cute. So.
No.
Hey, shit ain't cute over here, boy. Shit
No.
ain't cute, bro.
When's the most jealous you've been? Or do you want them to go first?
Do you
I
have
gotta
yours?
think about it. No.
You gotta think?
You guys go.
Most jealous for me. I don't know if mine was like. I guess it kind of is jealousy. It's more also, what do they call it? FOMO, fear of missing out.
Okay.
So I work a lot.
Yeah.
I usually work late, especially when I was working at Superior with you.
Right. Yeah.
I would work a lot of late nights. She used to like to go out, not like a lot, but she went out more than definitely than
Not
I.
anymore.
I don't go out like at all. Like I've gone out with you and like Demi a couple times.
Right.
I can't remember the last time that we really went out.
We gotta change that.
No, huh?
He said we can change that.
Anyways,
Get back to that.
but yeah, so she'd go out with her friends and stuff, and I've just never been a big clubber or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'd be at work and stuff, and I know that she's out like going to the clubs or whatever and shit, and I'm just like, I'd say that's still jealousy because it was more like I'm not there and I'm missing out and I'm working and I'm just like, oh, great for you, you get to go have a good time and shit. But I think that was I've never really just been. There's never been an instance where anybody's like flirted with her like in front of me or anything like that. So there's never been like any just
Big
straight
man, they know
up jealousy like that. But definitely with that. I remember there was one time she came in whenever I was bar backing at Superior,
Oh,
and she
yeah,
was
yeah.
fucking drunk, and I was like, babe, you need to go. Yeah, at first I was like missing out because I'm like, damn, my girl's not having a good time. Oh, she's gonna come see me though.
Yeah,
It makes
yeah.
it a little better. Cool. She's gonna come see me. She comes in. She's drunk, and so I'm like,
Oh my god.
get the fuck out.
I had every
And then
intention.
I missed out on the FOMO because at that point I was like, you know what? I'm glad I'm here because I'm glad I'm not you right now. I am glad I am not drunk and shit. I'm glad I'm making money. Get out of here. Go home.
That was
Like,
the most embarrassing time for me in our relationship, like top tier. But I had every intention to come there, and I took extra time to do my hair, get my makeup done, dress up. I bought the outfit, the same outfit that I was wearing that night. I brought it that night.
Oh.
And I had every intention to just be like, damn, Cam's girl is hot as shit.
Shit.
That
Come and flex.
that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. Like not for them, but for him. Like make him feel, But then I came in.
Then she
Man,
came in
Cam's girl was
sloppy.
drunk as shit.
Yeah,
No,
and
no.
a little disrespectful, and I was like,
I had to
babe.
apologize to like two of the staff members.
Yeah, I was like, babe.
I've
look,
never been like that before.
You can't do that. You can't do that,
I
babe.
had a similar situation happen, but it was an ex of mine.
Mm.
She came in
Oh wow.
like from the night.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
She came in from like the night before. I was bartending.
Go.
Came in like the night before, like from drinking out.
Mhm.
Came in that morning, didn't go to sleep or whatever that night before, and still drunk, and was just like making an ass out of herself. Like it was bad, like
For the
yelling,
girls. I'm sorry
screaming,
for the
and
girls.
sitting on top of the bar. And,
See, I ain't do all that.
Did you? Yeah. Well, no, she couldn't do all that because
They
as
kicked
soon
you
as
out.
she came in, no, I kicked you out. I came straight up to you, and I didn't even say, "Hey, babe."
His last call.
I didn't come up there. I didn't come up there
It's
like.
9:30. What you mean?
Someone else getting some shots.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I came straight up to her because as soon as I seen her, I could just tell. Like I just looked at her. I didn't hear anything come out of her mouth yet.
Yeah.
I just looked at her and I was like, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. That is not what I thought was showing up.
The word.
So I went straight up to you and I was like, what are you doing here? That was my first words. What are you doing here? You need to go. And she was like, what do you mean? Why? I didn't go. I would have got away with it. Come on. I mean, I look good. Tell me I look good. And I was like, nah, look, you need to go.
Like,
Your
shit.
friends right here. I don't know. And
Yeah,
no,
that was okay.
no disrespect to your friends. We're not putting anybody on blast, but I was definitely like, bro, how did y'all bring her in here like this? Like, y'all are tripping. Y'all were way more sober than her. I was like, get her out of here. Get her home. This is not.
So that was your thing.
Then when I got off an hour later, she's at the bar across the street. I'm like, fucking shit. I'm coming over to pick you up and I'm taking you home.
To put it in perspective, guys, this is how messed up I was. All right, camera 3. I had no idea that I even made it.
Let's camera 2.
Camera 2. Camera 2. I had no idea that I even made it to Superior. At
Yeah,
all.
she didn't know she made it to the.
I didn't even know that I was
Hey.
even there.
Yeah.
Like,
I had to
you
tell
know
her
how
about it the
bad
next day.
You feel whenever someone is actually telling you what the play-by-play was of the night.
When you
And
black
it's
out and
funny
somebody
at
has
first,
to tell
it's
you
like,
what
okay,
happened.
what else happened, and then
Yeah.
what? But like
Then
at
you're
the
like,
same
oh.
time, it's like, what did I actually do? Like,
yeah.
I've never been in a position where it's just been completely like belligerently drunk and just not knowing
Yeah.
anything. So that was terrible. But anyways, yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
FOMO, right?
I got her right and all that. So, anyways,
Yeah,
I know
never
that
happened
was,
again.
I know
I
that was
haven't
a
been outside
tangent.
since.
Yeah. I know that was a little tangent though. So yeah, let's keep on.
Okay, so mine. When have I been jealous? Okay, and you, I feel like you already, I feel like you already know what it is.
I don't.
But okay, you're about to find out. But stay tuned.
You better remember real quick.
So, no, I don't think that. I've had a lot of my friends or people that I've just been around, whether it's the lady at Forever 21 that helps me out with finding my outfits or whatever. She's like, oh yeah, he's cute or whatever. I'm like, okay, cute, period, or whatever. And if somebody mentions that he's cute, it just feels like a flex for me. I'm like, damn, I got a sexy man, okay, period. But when they drag it and they start asking like, oh, does he have a brother and all that, then I get jealous about that. Sometimes, not really jealous, but I think the most jealous because nobody has really said anything like, oh yeah, he's just fine, like in front of me, like going at a gas station and saying anything, because then I would be jealous about that. But I think when we were getting our bracelets done, actually, we were getting these are Forever bracelets. He doesn't have his because you can tell that.
It literally broke the fucking 2 days after. 2 days after, in this room, I
doomed.
set my hand down on the table and it literally just came off,
When-
which I think we have a theory that she didn't put it on there good enough because of what she's
Because
about to
okay,
say.
so it was this girl. So she was doing his little bracelet, right? And it's in Dallas, right?
She did hers first, so it
Did
was
mine
on me.
first, cute, right? And then she's like, do you need to make it tighter? Because, like, I should ask, do you go to the gym? She asked me if I went to the gym. She asked him. And she's like, oh, do you work out? Or whatever. And I just kept quoting that every time that I got a chance. I'd be like, do you work out? Do you work out? But, she was like, so should I loosen it up? Just because if you, like, lift weights and stuff, I don't want it to pop off. Girl, you knew what you were doing.
If you get too swole.
Right. And she was like, and then she started talking about her own workout routine. She's like, I haven't been very consistent, but like I've been trying to get back in the gym. Girl, just zap him. Like, just like obviously we're here together. We're getting Forever bracelets, and I'm like, I just was talking so much mess about her. But I think that I was jealous of that because he was awkward too. As soon as they said something, he was just like, oh my god. But I think you just kind of were like, haha, yeah. I mean,
No,
a little bit. I work out
I
a
was
little
just being
bit.
cordial. I knew she was just being nice, you know. But I definitely seen it like I seen where she was
I was
coming
like,
from
girl,
and
put the
shit.
damn bracelet
Because it
on.
wasn't. I didn't think anything of it until afterwards.
funny.
And she's like, we're walking out. She's like, do you work out?
Yeah,
It's
I was like, that girl can sip noodles through her gap.
Oh,
work out.
talking so much shit about it, and she had no. I doubt this woman had any ill intent.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so.
then when the bracelet fell off 2 days later, she was really like that fucking bitch. she was like, I know she made that shit because I remember when she did mine. She was like, oh, like she zapped
She
it.
was like, "Oh wait,
And
we
then
can do a different link."
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, that didn't work" or something like that. She had to redo it, and
Trying to put voodoo
hers
on our
just never
bracelets.
fell off, bro. And like, there's no way. Like, I didn't slam it or anything. I just set
We're
my hand
getting
down.
another one, but we're not from her.
oh,
But that's it. I
yeah.
wish that I had a more interesting story, but I'm not really.
that was good. I like that story. You still haven't gone, have you?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes,
we've been over here fucking
Yeah.
yapping.
I'm
you
enjoying
did?
Oh,
this.
sorry.
Wait, what was yours? What was?
Okay. So, once upon a time, Cam came home and he was like, "Yo, baby, this girl kept on hitting me at work."
Mhm. Okay.
And I showed her a picture of you and she's like, "She's really hot. We should have a threesome."
Ooh, okay.
And then he showed me a picture of her and I was like, "Damn, she's kind of hot, yeah." And that was that.
Mhm.
5 months later, I'm away in California on a trip. Cam calls me. He's like, "Yo, I have some tea for you." And I
I
was
love
like,
that.
"Spill the fucking
Tea.
tea."
I like that energy.
And-
She calls me a chismosa.
Chismosa. Chisme means tea in Spanish.
Mhm.
He's a very chismoso. But anyway, he called me and he tells me about this coworker at work who had slept around at a party that Cam went to
Mhm.
with another guy, and he was like, yeah, her name is this girl. And I was like, "This girl, she sounds familiar." And I was like, "Oh shit, it was that girl."
Same girl.
Okay, do I know about that
You know
story?
that story.
Okay, yeah,
you know that story.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And
That's funny,
so-
it's the same girl.
I'm
Yeah.
off in California. I know that Cam would never do anything like that.
Right,
But
right.
I was just like,
In your head.
Well,
if it
what's
happened
crazy,
that easily at a holiday party, I was just like,
this specific girl targets
People in relationships.
not just that, people who are engaged.
Why
So-
trying to ruin that? Before
So
you-
she's done it. She's got
a track record.
reputation.
a track record of 3
Severed marriages. Like
yeah,
that didn't actually make
fiancés
it.
that they've broken up. Yeah.
Oh, she likes it. She's collecting them like Pokemon cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a home wrecker and I'm proud.
proud.
So
Great.
I don't believe in marriage, so neither should you.
what is something you know? Are you cool with me proposing another one?
Because
I
you
got-
still
I
had
got
that
one
card
more.
there.
Go
I
ahead.
got one.
Hold on to yours though. I
Yeah,
guess.
hold on
Yeah.
to it. We might end with that. What assumption did you make about your partner that turned out to be right?
I have to pee.
"That's
Yeah.
a great assumption."
Yeah. I actually have to pee.
That's fine. No, go ahead.
So can
Okay,
we do that
go
real
ahead,
quick?
Yep.
Yeah,
And
do
then
that.
we'll think about it.
She just wants time to think about the question.
No, I actually
so,
just have to pee because I've had drinks.
No, go
all
ahead.
right,
Go ahead.
I
we'll be right back.
All right. I got one more question I want to do. What assumption did you make about your partner that turned out to be right?
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Not to put too much of your business out there, but I made an assumption off of when I first started going to her place that she wasn't the most tidy person, and
Again.
that turned out to be right. I wouldn't really including that in that organization that I was saying earlier, but yeah, she's not the most. Hygiene is perfect. Hygiene is great, but definitely not the most organized or not the most tidy person as far as
Yeah.
around the house and stuff.
She's just a girl.
That's
She's just a girl, so I mean I can't be mad. I can't
Yeah.
be
No,
mad.
and he's actually just a man, so he's helped me out a lot too, like with simple things like buying a shoe rack and stuff like that, just to help with organization. Because I feel like if you know where everything's supposed to go, it makes cleaning a lot more fun. And
But I bought a
easy.
shoe rack and she doesn't
And
use
then
it.
Yeah, I was getting to that, but
Process.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I was
I'll leave
right.
it.
I knew that me and Lizzie were not going to agree politically.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like whenever we first started talking, we went on these walks. So when I first met her, she had like bright pink hair.
No, it was like pastel pink.
Mm,
Okay.
that's that.
Wait, are you answering your next question right now?
What?
No.
No, he's answering the.
Oh, that was an
That's
assumption that you made.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Okay.
I
I
was
was
like-
seeing how that
That they
tied in
would
with the
have-
next one that you had though as well. My bad.
Oh,
Keep
you
going.
already
Keep
told
You
going.
good?
My bad.
And like my style choices go either to metrosexual or like or like I'm good old boy. You know what I mean? So like I'm either kind of urban wear or a button down, you know.
Yeah.
So when I met her, I was like, she's different for sure. Like
She's not like other girls.
Yeah, basically. But as we started talking more, I had that assumption, and I ended up being correct about that. So
You were correct about her being different, or
That was very vague.
Politically? Or we talking about
yeah. So
politically
like
or
yeah,
hair color?
I knew that we weren't gonna align
Yeah.
100% politically. We
how
don't
does that work for y'all?
we don't misalign on a lot of things,
Yeah.
but like yeah. So that was something that I kind of knew. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna cross that bridge when we get
Yeah.
there.
How
I
does
got
that
you.
work for y'all now? Because I know we're limited on time and stuff, but we were just talking about that too, about if you can be in a household where you actually have two different political values and morals and stuff like that. How
So
does
I
for
love it.
us, like the stuff that is important, like the what's it called? Like the social rights kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Like trans people are people.
Hmm.
What a revolutionary idea. We pretty much align to that. But the stuff that we differ are like the macro side of
Global
stuff.
politics,
Yeah,
mostly.
like global politics or economics.
Mhm.
But
We
I'm okay
misalign
with
a little
that.
bit there. It's been very helpful because, like, for me, I don't think it's ever good to be in an echo chamber. Like, I don't
No.
think the same person with the same thoughts,
Mhm.
or the same people with the same thoughts.
People
I-
love to see.
You don't wanna be a yes
validation.
man to each
Yeah.
other.
yeah, no, I definitely want to be challenged, and I know
Teach me something.
And
'Cause I've
she
been there
knows-
before where I had yes men before. And then
Yeah.
Obviously, you see where I'm at.
I always knew that I wanted a partner that was not exactly like me. I
Mhm.
did not want to find somebody that was going to be just like me.
But also, like, we align on
The
what
important things.
important things, yeah, like
Yeah.
values and stuff,
Morals, values.
which
yeah.
I think is important.
Yeah, the only we've gamified a lot of parts in our relationship. Like we did the bingo cards for the debates and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and it's fun because it's like, you know, I'm completely open to hearing both sides. I'm not a closed off person where I'm like, I'm this side. We took political tests and like I'm dead in the center, right? And she was like, that checks out. Like, you know, I've taken a few of them and they've always been the same. Whereas her, she's very left leaning.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's nice to see, kind of get the flavor from both of them when we check each other. We don't allow each other to get caught up in the propaganda, so to speak.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it around.
Yeah.
A lot, especially lately.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, let's ladies. That was both of us that just answered slides, right? Okay.
Okay.
Something that you assumed that turned out to be right.
Mine is pretty vague. It's not anything kind of like y'all's.
That's good. Keep it brief. Let's go.
So, mine was that he didn't do drugs or anything like that. So, because he had just told me that he had already transitioned out of smoking, just smoking cigarettes in general. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's a hard thing to do. Or no, I think he was talking about weed. So I was like, okay, that's great. He didn't tell me about like how early he started smoking cigarettes or anything like that, and then I also didn't know about any of the other drugs that he was into, whether it was briefly or not. So I felt like I was a little bit blindsided at first, because I was the same way that she was about, you know, knowing that family members had already been hurt by nicotine only. I was just like, okay, yeah, this is something that I don't want at all, and you can, you know, have your own perspective about it because I'm military. I understand that we have two different lifestyles or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm military. And that's what he would perceive as my reasoning for it. Like, oh, I can't do it, so you can't do it. But the more deeper side of it is like, I grew up with the whole cigarette smell on my clothes whenever I was going to school. I didn't like it. I'm not attracted to it. I don't want to kiss anybody that's smoking cigarettes and stuff like that. But then even deeper, I was like, I just don't like any type of addictive personality. So
Yeah.
when I found out that there was more to it than just cigarettes, then I was like, ooh. So
Concerning a little bit.
yeah, so whenever he was telling me like, oh yeah, I've stopped this or whatever, I knew that it's not something that you can just stop right then. And it's great and it sounds good whenever you're on a first date talking about it. But I was like, I'm assuming that this is not the end of the road. And I took that knowing
Got it.
that it's not the end of the road and I'm willing to deal with this person, because I like all the other aspects
Yeah.
of him. So I assumed that it wasn't it, and then I found out that I was correct.
You're right.
It was more, and now we're back at a good space where we can have some sort of compromise. So
What about you, Lizzie?
All right, so y'all heard a little bit of my background.
Mhm.
When Cam first met me, I was living in Jewello. I love my apartment.
In the
'cause
ghetto, yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I love my apartment because it was like my first step away, my big girl step away from freedom.
Mhm.
It was very sparse. It lacked a lot of stuff. So whenever I went to his house, he had these like Oculus glasses. He had this bougie stuff. And my first thing about him, he was like, "This man likes bougie shit." And yeah, he's turned me over to the dark side.
Yeah.
God damn.
He might not like
He's a
since
classy
you know
girl.
I keep blowing the budget, but I like bougie stuff now.
Yeah. Initially, she was, and you're still very good about it. You know, you go out and you thrift things, and you know, and I've got nothing wrong with that. But like we were talking about it a little bit at the end of the podcast last week about how, like, there's certain things I think you should ball out on things that if it fits within the budget, you should spend your money on the things that you care about. For me, I don't care about clothes.
Mhm.
You know, I don't care about that stuff. I like nice watches. I like nice cars. I'll spend my money on that. You know.
So whenever we first started dating, I kind of made fun of him
Mm.
because we were going on a picnic, and in my thought of a picnic is just like a ghetto ass like food, and you sit down on grass. That's it. But he was like a nice charcuterie board. We went to Walmart and he bought like a $30
blanket that we've used so
Picnic
much, and
blanket.
she made fun of me for months.
Yes, I was getting the movie.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah, I made fun of him. I was like, $30 for one night? But like after using it for the past 3 years, I've been like,
actually we got some use out of it.
sometimes bougie shit just hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's worth getting, I wholeheartedly believe spending.
Yeah, you have an exquisite amount of just exquisite things in your
Right.
fucking house.
Yeah. Do it again. Let me see.
Yeah.
See a second.
All right, let's move on to the next thing. Let's keep it rolling.
So I was gonna propose a question to end us off.
Okay.
So relationships are built on accepting the other person's differences, you know, and loving them for it.
Mhm.
What is something in your relationship foundationally that you know we're never going to see eye to eye on this? It's going to have to be something that if we are going long term with this, like marriage, it's going to have to be something that I accept, right? It's not changing about them.
Let me get some of that.
Yeah.
Actually, I do want to try it. but-
I guess I can start this.
Please don't say organization. Like people are
No,
gonna be really offended.
we're not going. we're done with all that.
Okay,
all right,
thanks.
we're done with all that.
I'm talking something on like a character level or like a belief factor that
So we align, for the most part, religiously, spiritually, however you want to. We align on that in our faith, almost the same. Where we differ, it's not like huge differences. It's not like polar opposites. Politically, I think we do have our differences, but I mean,
Mhm.
we're all right. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let's talk about it later. Shit. We have some differences in that, but I'd say the biggest one for at least for me, and you can give another one. For me, it was more of, and I'm sorry if this isn't like kind of the answer that we're looking for here, but for me it was kind of like with the drug thing. I told her I'd quit like drugs and stuff, but I told her I very much do want to smoke weed. I am self-employed. Nobody drug tests me. I'm a productive person. I am goal-driven. I am ambitious. And I told her even whenever I'm smoking weed, it's the same thing. It's just I like the way it makes me feel.
Answer.
I don't want to be high every day, but I just kind of told her I think we need to come around to that because I don't. And I've given it up for her temporarily, but I told her I don't want that to be forever. I do want to get back to a point where I can gain your trust and then be able to smoke again as long as there's no problems. As long as,
Yeah.
you know, if it's not causing issues in my career, if I'm not being a lazy sack of shit, and if I'm not being different to her from smoking, I told her, you know, I think we need to that needs to happen, because I don't want to change that.
Got it.
So that would be it for me.
Yeah.
That's a small thing.
I'm glad that.
I'm sorry, I don't know. Yeah, I don't
we
know.
don't really have
That's
a
a
lot of
small
big
thing.
things.
Yeah.
It may be because of.
Sorry if I didn't give you an exciting answer.
No,
it may be because
no,
of
it's
how
not
long
that.
it's been
You're saying
That's
like
good.
easy to get past
That's
type
good.
of
Yeah.
thing? Yeah.
That's good.
It's only been February would really make a year. December would be a year of us actually talking. So maybe we don't have as much deep stuff, but we
Yeah.
are actually on the same point on that. I think that I go back to the beginning of the podcast where I was saying that he's very goal driven, and so I take that into account. And then also, in the same token, being kind of quote unquote blindsided by the amount of different drugs that he was doing, or how it was still in his life. Even though I thought it was over with, I still took the chance that it might be something more than what I had bargained with. And yeah, so with the whole drug thing, I told you guys that I'm military, right?
Yeah.
So obviously I cannot do that. I have never actually even smoking a cigarette before. I've never smoked weed. Y'all can cry for me.
You want a cigarette?
No.
So is his foundational thing for you the same as for him? Is that what you're
What do you
saying?
mean- what do you mean by
It is
that?
the drug. It's the drug thing that.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
drug
It's the
thing.
foundational
yes.
thing
So
for you?
that's the one thing that I would have to have some type of compromise on. And he's brought it up before, and I was like, "Dang, you act like I'm not an understanding person." He's like, "You have to understand that we're, two different, jobs, two different careers or whatever." And I do understand that, but I had to actually reflect on it and take it into account. We can just use recently. As like obviously there's some things that we just draw the line on, like hard drugs that we're like, this is just not happening again. But if we're talking about just like marijuana, like smoking weed and stuff, he actually enjoys that. You can say just like me drinking, that gives you a little bit of a buzz. It helps you calm down in the same way that he might.
Well, depending on how much you drink.
Yeah, it might, and he might enjoy smoking weed and stuff like that. And it's also about the camaraderie, like being around other people that are smoking weed too. And I don't want him to miss out on certain things like that just because I'm like, oh my god, I'm in the military and I'm not super attracted to this, and my grandma this and my grandpa that. Like,
So do you
it's
think
just
you would
not-
compromise on that?
I am compromising on that.
Yeah.
I think that I had told him that I just didn't want the hard drugs inside of his life. So we have even gone to the extent of like having drug tests to make sure
Yeah.
that he doesn't have hard drugs in his system and is only smoking marijuana.
To wrap up on all of this, yeah, we came to the compromise. I ordered 5 drug tests, and I told her I'm gonna quit everything. I made the proposition to her. I'm gonna quit everything. I'm gonna take 5 drug tests for you. Whenever you want them, you tell me when to take them. I take them. Boom. Did that, and actually, just the other day was the first day that I was able to smoke weed again. Actually, yesterday.
We
It
had
was the
like
first day.
one more drug test before. Like I actually brought it with me to Texas and was like, all right, if you can pass this drug test right now, then you can smoke weed, because how often does he actually see his friends to be able to hang out
Right.
and smoke weed? So I was like, I'm not gonna wait till another drug test and then you can travel back. So I was like, all right, if you can show me that there's no hard drugs in your system right now, then you can smoke weed and
Yeah.
chill out with your friends and stuff
she
like
was
that.
super understanding.
And then-
I think that's more than fair. That sounds healthy.
And we
Yeah,
made it.
yeah.
We made it to where I even told her I'll order another box, and as I'm smoking weed, I'll get another box to show you I'm
Just
not
to
doing
show that
anything
he's
else.
being consistent in
It's
that. And
just
I
weed.
don't see that as like, forever is a long time. I don't see him buying a bunch of drug tests just because I do that for my job, drug testing
Yeah.
applicants.
But
But
I told her it's however long. I lied.
Just
I
to
lied
be
to her
able to
about
get
what I was
comfortable.
doing, so I told her I gotta pay. I gotta reap what
the
I
road.
sow.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'll do what I gotta do, however long I gotta do it. So
And just out of curiosity for the whole drug thing, there is it the weed part? And I'm just trying to understand it. Is it more because you see it as a gateway into getting back into the harder stuff, or
I
was
did.
it you're quitting everything and that's it?
Because of the omitting the truth that we talked about before about
Right.
the other drugs, and I was just like, okay, in order to show your loyalty, then I need you to just go ahead and cancel out all of the things.
Got
and
it.
I knew that was unreasonable to begin with because I didn't want him to be able to sever, the
But he backed it
options.
up. He showed
He
that
did.
he
He
could
was
do it.
like, okay, I can do that. And I was like, okay, that's hot. I love that. And then I was like, all right, now we can, like, my whole plan in the beginning was to actually be able to bring it back.
Got it.
I didn't want it to be a gateway drug. He had already told me that it kind of was, but he also told me in the same token that he can, stop one thing, and he knows that this is the bad thing, and I can do this other thing.
I wasn't
And
addicted to any of it.
No-
Like all of
nothing
it was just
addictive.
recreational. There was no addiction. The only addiction
Which
I have
it
is
makes it
nicotine.
easier for me
Yeah.
to be
Nicotine, I get mad
That's
when I
dope.
don't have nicotine. She knows that. She knows nicotine is going to be the hardest thing for me to put down. I've been
Mhm.
smoking since I was about 15 or 16. So yeah, I told her
Bless it.
that's gonna be
Bless
hard.
it. Lord bless it.
I told her that's
I'm
gonna
sorry.
be hard.
I know you're talking about just
Yeah, but for the other things, I told her I'm not addicted. I'm not addicted to any of that stuff. I can quit it. Even the weed, I'm not. It's not addicting. I like to do it. So
Yeah.
once I showed her it's not addicting, I'm not addicted to it. From there, I feel like
It's
there's no
all
issue.
about consistency and trust and being open.
It was a gateway to
communication.
trying the other drugs, but
Yes.
now that I've tried
I
the other
knew
ones,
that.
it's like I've
He's already
seen
got it.
them, and I'm
It's
like,
already-
all right.
Well, I think you guys are on the right track with that. I think that's awesome. I
Mhm.
really do.
That was
That was a quick
quick little
check.
side eye.
Damn.
What's your
A
foundation?
little smirk.
All right.
Yeah.
Your time blindness.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before in this podcast, but it's hard not to get frustrated whenever we're trying to rush to go somewhere. He's just, putting on a shirt, trying to make sure he feels good and stuff. But I'm just, in my head, I'm just like, let's just go. We need to hurry up. But I've been learning to be more patient with that. So sometimes I'll just get out of the room. Like, I cannot look at that while he's trying to get ready and just scroll on my phone. And just accept that sometimes we are going to be late sometimes. And for his part, he's done pretty good at being on time for different events. One of my biggest anxieties is just being late to things. I always get super anxious whenever I'm just even 5 minutes late. I'll be texting the person, I'll be like, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna be just a little bit late. But yeah, that's one of the big frustrating things that we're both working on.
It's definitely about communication because, like we said before, we're not super Bible thumping Christians or whatever, and we're kind of new to trying to adjust our faith. But one of the things that he has brought up with my timeliness is going to church. We will skip the music because we don't want to listen to the music. Right?
I do not like the
We
worship
want to
music.
go
at the
straight
beginning.
to the damn word. All
When I
right.
get there, you better start preaching, bro.
Right,
Come
that's it. So, but he has told me that he would like to be there at least 5 to 10 minutes prior to the actual preaching, just so that we're not the only ones. Whenever they're playing the music, the lights are off, so that you can get in the mood, set the mood, whatever.
Gotcha.
But then the lights come on, and
They're
then the
preaching.
preacher's there, and he's like, "Excuse me, let me find a seat. Excuse me." He doesn't want that.
Yeah.
So
I have a little bit of social anxiety and
So
stuff.
I'm like, oh my God.
I'm like, there's a fine line. That's why timeliness matters, because if we get there past the music, we don't have to sit to the music, but we need to be there in a time where we can get in there before they start preaching, before the lights come on and all that.
Right.
So,
So compromise.
let's go
My
to
last
you.
one is actually in the same vein. It's for me. We do not agree on faith. Foundationally, for me, I'm a Christian.
Mhm.
I take my faith serious, and the thing, it always scared me because I was like, this is the biggest thing
Yeah.
Yes.
about our relationship
Foundation.
that scared me. But the interesting thing is that we actually agree philosophically on there being a creator, or there
Okay.
being
Good one.
an overall
Higher power.
guiding principle
Yeah.
Mhm.
to something being made, right? We agree on that.
I feel like you agree more than you disagree.
Yeah,
on a lot
for
of
sure,
things.
for sure. It's just there's no name with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
For
There's
me, it's just the church. I've been learning about the history. I've been very disillusioned by
Yep.
all the evils they've done.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's just the man part of faith that I'm disillusioned by.
I
But the spirituality, we
we
pretty
agree
much
on it.
agree. Yeah.
And what really made me not worry about it, because I was terrified, and so was my mom. My mom was like, she goes, how can you date somebody or plan on marrying somebody who is not, have God on their side? And I was like, it's not even that. I was like, okay, everything that Jesus preached, Lizzie upholds.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
she doesn't lie, she doesn't cheat, she doesn't steal.
She still has that moral compass.
She has a moral compass that is what the word tries to convey, right? So it doesn't scare me. And you know, the for me, I grew up as an Irish Catholic, and same thing. I got disillusioned with the church because they were speaking Latin. I couldn't understand them. They were extremely harsh to my father because he had not been baptized. They made him.
Wow.
They would not allow him to stay in for sermons.
Mm.
He went to a Catholic school, and he was like, everything that he did was evil. And my dad doesn't talk about his faith, but our faith tells us that you should not look at you should judge a man by the fruit that the tree bears.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
My dad has lived a godly life, even though he does not talk about it. He does not talk about his faith. He does not pray openly. He does not go to church.
Mhm.
But the fruits that he's bore from his quieted, kept to himself
Humble.
faith,
Yeah.
he has received, right? And you know, it's the we talked about this not too long ago about what we plan on doing if we do have kids one day.
That's
Is
a big one. I
you
was gonna
know,
ask that.
how are we going to navigate that,
Yeah.
right? And
We need to agree for
absolutely, and we to me, faith is going to be involved with my child's life.
Yeah.
They will know about it, but it will not be pushed on them.
Yeah.
It's going to be
An
just
option. If they feel the
absolutely.
need to go.
if you
towards
feel
it,
the
yeah.
pull to it, go to it, but you will know about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so
I think that's fair.
I don't
It's really
think
healthy.
forcing to go to Bible study like I did or anything
forcing
like
is
that.
what drives away, because
Forcing,
yes.
forcing it down their throats makes them
Brainwashing
want
and
to
doctrine.
rebel most of the time.
I had to find my faith on my own.
That's the
with-
strongest faith, because I think, and no disrespect to anybody out there, but I think a lot of people that were forced into it, it's all they know, or you don't. I don't know. I just feel like personally, being somebody who's gone from agnostic, atheist to being Christian,
That's scary for me. I'm not gonna lie.
definitely is like I feel like there's more foundation because I built it up off my own experience rather than some other human that I may love and care about, but just another human telling me this is what's right. I'm like, well, you have to question it. You have to question things to find the answers.
Yep.
And I don't regret questioning my faith at any point in my life and going through the trials and tribulations that brought. So
I think that's why me and him work out so much, is because even as a child, even though I grew up and they're like, you need to be up, breakfast is, you can smell the breakfast, you can smell the coffee, it's time to get up, you need to put in your church clothes, you need to be an usher, you need to be in the choir, all that stuff, you need to be a part of Jesus Cadets, whatever they have there, praise dancing. I still was that one kid in the class that was like, okay, where did the Bible come from? And they would literally take me to
why
the
are we doing
bookstore.
this? Yeah.
They would take me to the bookstore and actually show me like where it actually came from, and I wasn't even at that grade level to read the book that they gave me, but I still have that book. But I think that's part of the way that we were able to connect, is because we challenge things, and we're not just like, okay, just because we were brought up this way, even though we feel like it's a good way, we don't like to be brainwashed. Like, everybody stands for the Pledge of Allegiance at school, but do you really know what you're actually saying?
And I feel like a lot of people don't.
So it's good to question it, right?
Yeah.
It's
So-
more routine. It's more.
You don't want
I'll
to get
stop for
into
this,
routine, and it's good to have a baseline. Everybody can say that, but then you also can have a baseline of raising your hand like this for the Nazis, and you're like, oh, that's just how I grew up. I think that is good to have a baseline. So it is good to question things. So I'm glad we have that dynamic.
Well, again, I can't thank you guys enough for coming on.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun, and this will not be the last time. Sly, do you want to?
Yeah, guys, listen, this was beautiful, man.
Mhm.
I'm sorry we cut you
Taken
off for
back.
second half of that whole fucking podcast.
No. I'm listening, man.
You were
This
just
is
here to make sure
beautiful.
nothing got
Too deep.
Yeah.
Let's get deep,
Like
but
was
not
said
that deep.
before, I'm a mediator. I'm
Yeah.
just here, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, ladies, I appreciate y'all for coming on so much.
Another cheers. for
Yeah.
that.
Cheers.
Real quick, I just want to give a
Just a
special
girl.
shout out because I did not think she was gonna do this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
We
felt,
talked about
Cam.
that
I don't
in
know
the
if
bathroom.
you had suspicions she wasn't gonna do it, but
No, I completely dropped it on her 15 minutes before we had to
She
leave.
told me about that.
No
before you had to
way.
leave.
I was
Yep.
sleeping, and he's like, "Hey, babe, you actually have to come to the podcast with me."
Wow.
I was like,
Oh, so you knew like 4 days in advance. Wow. And I'm like,
That's
oh my
crazy.
God, please don't fight.
I didn't
So-
give her any kind of.
That's crazy.
That's-
I probably should have done it your
I'm
way.
glad you did that.
No,
It's-
I'm glad I didn't do it your way because
No,
just
I'm a different person.
with situations, I see how that wouldn't have worked for us. But I told her last Sunday after we talked about it.
Yeah,
I told
yeah.
her about it, and it was definitely she was like, a digital footprint. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you
this
have your
and that,
digital
I'm like-
footprint on Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff, but
yeah, but I was just
a
like,
podcast is a little different.
I was just like,
It is different.
I asked, I just. We got around to it, and she agreed that she would do it, kind of without agreeing, just straight up that she would do it. She came around to doing it. I was super proud that she came to do it because I thought she was gonna back out.
She's gonna be there
Today
too.
I thought she was gonna back out. I thought she wasn't gonna do it. So
No, I already did my hair. At
just
that
wanted to give you a special shout out for that. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks,
So
man.
point. Thank you, babe.
"Thank you."
Shout out to me for the glasses too. I guess.
Hey,
Thanks
yeah,
for the
shout
heads
out again to Michaela for the
Absolutely.
glasses,
I know.
guys.
I figured. I figured.
They're cute.
Talking
We gotta
about
make them bigger.
forgetfulness, he forgot to tell me.
Yeah, it's true. I
Forgot
mean, I
what?
love to look
Oh.
like I run like a master plan, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was like,
I think you were out of town whenever we talked about it. Right?
we did, yeah.
Yeah.
I did say that I was like, when she gets back, I'll let her know,
Mhm,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
And then he forgot.
And the couples are still together at the end of this, so right?
Yay!
We're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
We did good.
Yeah,
Hey.
went a lot better than I thought it was after that little turn we took where we started getting
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Let's-
fuck.
But we got to talk
Let's see how
later.
part 2 goes, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know
Spicy.
when. I think we'll get a couple more different guests in and stuff. But I
Yeah,
would
we'll
love
get
to
some,
kind of bring the
Yeah,
ladies.
get us on
on.
episode what 15?
I would love to
Yeah.
bring y'all on. You know, period.
It might be
I
good.
might have an open.
Oh,
Yeah, like periodically, you know, bring the ladies back on.
Yeah, definitely.
Give us a heads
You
up,
know.
Deb.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
he had to make sure you showed up for the first one, and now it's like you know what it is. You had fun. All right,
Not
cool.
bad.
He can let you know. Hey,
Maybe
babe,
Sly
be here in
will
2 weeks.
have-
Ladies out there, if any of
Stay
you,
tuned, stay
Yeah.
if any ladies want to get on the show, all you gotta start doing is messaging
What?
Sly.
I think our analytics shows like 4% ladies. So
That's all right.
That makes sense.
Complete alpha male fucking
No,
audience.
I'll post it on my story. So
we got a red
Change
pilled
5%.
fucking
Yeah,
basement.
right.
running
Yeah,
out.
we can get it
Yeah.
to 6.
Yeah, so anyways, if you want to get on the show and you're a lady, start messaging Sly. His Instagram will be down below, alright? You guys make sure you message him.
Right.
Just act like you love him and you'll get on the show, okay?
Yeah.
Very Sly.
Yeah.
And you'll know what to avoid in these relationships
Yeah.
if you get in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
with them,
Yeah,
so.
So-
for sure.
Alright, guys.
All right, guys.
Wrap it up.
This has been the On Game Show. Ladies, once again, thank y'all so much for coming on.
Yay.
Guys, this is a great episode.
Awesome. Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Hit the link in the bios and all that good jazz. Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Yay.
Be a good
See you guys
one.
next week.
Yes, be a good
Do
one.
good.
Peace out.